Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Whalenerds podcast.
Hey, everyone.
Whoa, you just freaking ruined the intro.
I thought you forgot to say our names. Start over.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Whalenerds podcast. This is episode number 20. My name is Slater, and I'm here with Eric and Katlyn.
Now I'm going to talk. Hi.
Hi.
You know, Margo was listening. I guess she listened to like 4 episodes, and then she just started going to all the intros. I never say my name, not once.
No, you got better at it.
No, I guess I never say my name.
Who are you?
She probably listened to like the first couple or something.
Who are you, mysterious introduction man?
Slater. All right, you guys. Katlyn's back.
Did you miss me?
You were on the last podcast, so how would they know you're gone? Oh, I guess we told them you were going to be gone.
I'm asking you guys if you missed me.
Did you miss her?
Yeah. I feel like I talked to you the entire time because you called me every time you saw the whales. Oh, wait. We don't know what Katlyn saw.
You kept calling me, though.
Yeah, for
You're like,
science.
"Did you find a right whale yet?" I'm like, "No, stop asking."
All right, so Katlyn went to Gloucester, how do you say
Yes,
it?
Gloucester, Massachusetts.
To search for the mysterious Atlantic northern right whale.
Yes.
And?
We found him, finally. After 4 days
From
of
a boat?
searching. No, from land.
Nice.
So the first day I flew into Boston, we drove down to where they'd been reported along the beach, but it was really foggy, and so we didn't see anything. So then we drove all the way down to the end of Cape Cod Bay, to Provincetown, which is like 2.5 hours. And we went out to Race Point, and when we got there, we saw something splashing, and we were like, "Oh my god, hopefully it's a right whale." And it was just a breaching humpback, which my friend...
Oh, no.
Oh, just a breaching humpback.
My friend Jamie
She's too
was like,
bad,
"I never
Katlyn.
see whales from shore at all, and I never see breaching whales." And I was like, "Yeah,
That's such a Monterey thing to say.
I literally watched a gray whale predation the day I was supposed to fly out from shore in Carmel." So there was that. Yeah, so we went down to Race Point. We saw quite a few humpback whales. We saw a gray seal. We saw a lot of good bird activity, but no right whales. So then we went back up the coast, and we kept searching around, and we just never could get them. And after like 8 hours, we were like, okay, it's raining. It's still not that great of visibility. Let's just go get food and then go back to Gloucester. So that was kind of a bummer.
Did you get chowder?
No. I
Wait,
don't like chowder.
question. When you saw the whales from the beach,
Uh-huh.
what did you feel like? Because there's like a big restriction on how close you can get to them anyways, right?
For right whales, yeah.
From the boat. So do you feel like you got closer from the beach anyways?
Yeah.
How close do you think they were to you?
Like 400 yards.
Dang.
Yeah. So that was like
Breaking
Thursday.
breaking rules.
So we put out the word to one of our other friends up there who works out of Provincetown named Joanne. And we were like, okay, well, we're still looking for right whales. I'm here till like, Monday night basically. So if you hear anything, let me know. So then Friday we just like were on standby in case somebody had a report online, like Center for Coastal Studies or someone else. And we just like took the day at home because it was raining all day. So we were like, nah, we're not going to drive around in the rain again. Then Saturday, we went on the boat out of Gloucester. So Jamie works for Cape Ann Whale Watch as a naturalist. So we went on the Hurricane 2. And in the morning, we saw a Sei whale, like 20 minutes outside the harbor. And I was like, yes.
You guys saw some lunch feeding,
Check
right?
that off the
I saw
list.
it on your story or something.
Yeah. So we saw a Sei whale, but it was like being a typical Sei whale. And it was like not that cool.
So like a British whale or a fin
yeah,
whale?
we like passed it. And I was like, oh, okay. Then we went like way out on Stellwagen Bank, and we saw a few humpbacks and a few Sei whales, minke whales, and fin whales kind of all sneaking around. And we got to see Atlantic Whitesided Dolphins, which
Nice.
was really cool.
Do they look much different from
Yeah, they're
our
like
white-sideds?
they're way different than ours.
Like just the
Like
stripies?
they're way more stocky, and they're bigger, and their face is more short, like more rounded.
Mm-hmm.
And then their fin is way more pointy.
Have you seen them?
No.
Dang, Katlyn just like 2-upped us, bro.
I know.
I
In
dusted
one
you
trip.
guys.
Well, we should go. Maybe they'll still be there when we get there.
I invited you guys.
You think they're still there right now? It's
Yeah.
sunny out, so it's probably a good day to look for them.
It's sunny in Monterey, so it's
sunny
definitely
here.
a good day to look for them.
Wait, let me ask you something.
What?
Who do you think you are seeing two species that we haven't seen?
Well, then it got better. So the morning trip was like, all right, you know.
Uh-huh.
So then in the afternoon, we went out again at 1:30, and it was windy in the morning, but it laid off in the afternoon. So there was a report of like surface feeding whales, like further down on Stellwagen Bank, like further away. And luckily their boats are all like super fast over there. Most boats do like at least 18 knots, if not more.
Yeah. Nice.
Because they have to go far for the whales. Like the whales were 23 miles away one way.
Uh-huh.
Where for us it's like the whales are like eight miles away.
Jeez.
23?
Yeah, 23 miles away one
Is it just
direction.
like where there's a shelf or something?
Yeah, there's a couple like little bathymetric features there, but it's not deep. Like it's really shallow the whole way out, like less than 300 feet pretty much the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went way out there, and I kept seeing in the morning we heard a report of like a fishing boat that like capsized, and so I kept seeing something floating, and I was like telling the captain, I was like, dude, what is that over there? And he's like, I don't know, it's probably nothing. And I was like, no, dude, there's like something floating over there. He's like, that's a boat. I'm like, no, there's something else next to the boat.
Uh-huh.
So then we got closer, and I was like, hey, we should go look at that. Like, are we by that capsized boat that was from the morning? He's like, no, we're not near there. And then I was like, I think it's a dead whale. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And I handed him the binoculars. So we went over there, and it was a dead humpback whale.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that was kind of a bummer to see. It was also pretty interesting because, like, they know their whales really well out on Stellwagen Bank because they have high sight fidelity there. So the same whales come back year after year after year, especially when they have calves.
Uh-huh.
And so it was a whale that was known. It is called Vector. She was born in 1984.
Mm-hmm.
And she had 5 calves that they know of over her life.
Mm-hmm. And
she did drift ashore by Friday, which I was already back in Monterey by then. And they necropsied her, but I haven't seen any results. And then another whale washed up in New York like the next day, and that one was definitely a ship strike. So that brought them up to 96 dead humpback whales since 2016.
Oh, geez. And how's their population site?
Yeah.
How's...
Their population was delisted like the Mexican ones were for us. So they're doing pretty good.
You know the number?
Vector, no, I don't. But Vector's normally seen actually in the Bay of Fundy. She like kind of stops off through Stellwagen on her way up, but she's normally sighted way further north in the summertime. But it's kind of interesting that they have like the full history of their whales, you know, like they know them really well. So after we saw the dead whale, we went further out, and there was lots of like bird and whale activity, and we got to see lunge feeding Sei whales.
Incredible.
It was awesome.
Is it like vertical, or is it like...
No, it's like side lunging.
Long side lunge?
Yeah, kind of like a fin whale.
What were they feeding on?
Copepods, I think.
Can they vertical lunge?
Maybe.
Those big, those ones don't really do it, huh? Like the fin whales, they all kind of like
they all
long
kind
side
of just
lunge.
roll on their side. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the humpbacks vertical lunge because they have that ability to like propel themselves upward with their flippers. Whereas like the other whales, they have little pec fins, so they can't.
It's kind of funny because
the same way.
They used to always say, "Oh no, they don't use their pec fins at all." But then finally, they had that video from 2 years ago where you actually see them actually
sweeping
using
it in their mouth
their pec
and stuff.
fins. Yeah.
Yeah, that like underwater footage from Cascadia and Hopkins and stuff from the Goldbogen lab, and then some drone videos. I mean, even in Slater's drone videos, you can see them using their pec fins when they're feeding.
And I remember talking to you before you actually came back about that the humpbacks feeding too. What was that technique they're using?
Oh yeah, so then like later in the week we went out again, and on Monday, which was like my last boat trip before I left, they were kick feeding, or Monday. They were kick feeding. So they like do this, the humpbacks, they like push down with their pec fins and like bring their tail up in this huge arch, and then like slam the whole tail stalk and the fluke down and like stun the fish, and then they go down under the fish and blow bubbles. And then they come up and do like this trap feeding move where they just ascend really slow with their mouth open.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Have they been doing that for a while? Is that
yeah, that's like a normal feeding behavior for them.
What if that's what... Remember, did you see the videos from Iceland? Remember they were kind of just like all coming up in a line and doing like, it's right below the surface. They're doing like kind of like the chomp, but like underneath.
Yeah.
And then their pec fins would all come up kind of, but they weren't using their pec fins.
Oh, I saw a whale from Iceland also. On Saturday morning, there was a whale with a really, really white fluke that was not in the catalog, like the main catalog that they keep on the boat. So then this lady that goes out with them, Nancy, who used to be an educator, she like goes and just IDs all the whales. And she found out later that it's a whale that's normally like further up in the North Atlantic.
What if I saw
cool.
It could be.
You could have
seen the same whale.
I have it on Happy Whale, the ones that the IDs I did get.
Yeah.
Should look at it again. Yeah.
Yeah, I should put mine
unless you
there.
set the notifications to let you know. Yeah.
So that was pretty sweet. And then so that was Saturday. Then Sunday we went to the Right Whale Festival in Boston.
Oh yeah.
And that was pretty cool. There's this group of kids, which I don't know if did they come to ACS or were they at the Marine Mammal Conference? They're at the Marine Mammal Conference. They're called the Calvineers, and they're these kids that are 7th and 8th graders, and they like do like this study group thing around right whales. It's like they can enroll in this like extracurricular program basically. And Calvin the right whale is like their little mascot. And so they were there, and they were talking about like the new technology with like the breakaway lines for lobster pots and how that's going to hopefully reduce the stress of entanglement because the whale will be able to actually break the ropes. They talked to just like general education about right whales. There were lots of people there talking about, seafood choices and entanglement risk and all kinds of stuff. There was really cool art. And I was helping my friend Cindy and Jamie with their booth in a box project for Year of the Right Whale, which is going to be next year in 2020. And so they're trying to have these boxes sent all over the country, and someone is like the keeper of the box, and people can check out the box from them for their events. So you basically have this free tabling setup where you can go teach people about North Atlantic right whales wherever
yeah, that's really convenient. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So then, since we were already part of the way to the right whales where they'd been seen from the beach all week, because we were getting reports all week that they were seen from shore and it was just killing us, we're like, well, we're already halfway down here. Let's go look for right whales again. So in the afternoon, we went down to Scusset Beach, and there was 12 right whales.
Wow.
Dang, and that's the day you saw them from shore.
Yeah.
And let people know what the population is, so that's pretty significant.
So that was 3% of the population in 1 mile stretch of beach. There's like 411, not including the calves, because they want to see if they survive the summer, basically. And so there's 8 calves or seven calves reported this year.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
And there was a mom and calf pair there, I'm pretty sure, because one whale was like skim feeding, and this other whale was just rolling around next to it the whole time. We were there for like 3 hours.
When is right whale season again for that area?
Well, it kind of has been shifting. So last year they saw right whales the first like 2 weeks of May. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll try and go out there. That's why I picked those dates. But Center for Coastal Studies has been seeing them on their aerial surveys since mid-April. So they haven't been visible from shore or from the boat too often, but the aerial surveys have seen them for over a month.
We should go, Slater.
I was going to say, why don't we just all 3 go next year?
Hopefully they'll still be there when we get there.
Because that's also, they had good Sei whale action the first like April and May last year as well.
I'd be stoked to see those
but
dolphins.
that's like a new thing, I guess. Or not as common.
All that would be pretty
How
cool.
common are those dolphins?
Well, Jamie was like, we only really see them on 20% of trips, but then her and Cindy were talking, and they're like, actually, I feel like we've seen them a lot more the last year or two.
Okay, well, speaking of dolphins that we don't see a lot, the Northern Right Whale dolphins have been around like crazy.
Yeah.
I tried telling someone, I was like, yeah, I've only seen them like 12 times since I've lived here. Now I can't say that.
It's been days in a
I've seen
row.
them for like 2 weeks straight now.
I've seen them 12 times in the last month.
Yeah. I'm going to look at the log here, but to get the exact number, but it's been insane. Yeah.
Like every day I've seen a Northern Right Whale dolphin, I think.
Sweet.
And the Whitesideds too.
We didn't get to see him on
Wait.
the day I went out.
After you saw the Northern Right Whales, is that your last day?
Yeah, that was our last day.
And then you came home.
And then I came home and...
Did you go on the boat right away?
Yes.
You came home like right before my all-day trip?
Yeah, what did I do? Let me look at my... I came home and went on the boat on the 10th. Yeah, so... Yeah, Friday.
All right, looking at our logs
What'd
here.
you see on Friday, Katlyn?
Like 400 Rizzos, 70 Pacific Whitesided Dolphins, and 2 humpbacks in the morning. And then in the afternoon, the 51s. So 4 killer whales.
Whoop. And what'd they do?
Oh my God, Bumper nailed a sea lion right next to the boat when none of us were really paying attention. It
Eric,
was awesome.
I've never seen it. I've seen them hit sea lions, but this was like...
It was really
cool.
How
fast was it?
It was like instant.
Wait,
it was
it's funny.
This big white wall of water, and then the sea lion was gone.
We're all looking, and we're like, this sea lion is looking... Like, it's funny because most of the pod was already like a quarter mile away, kind of.
Don't forget what boat found them for you.
Hey.
It's okay, you guys weren't out there at this time. So...
Eric saw them in the morning.
Yeah, Eric saw them before us.
Did you...
he didn't see Rizzos and Northern Right Whale and Pacific Whiteside Dolphins.
The Rizzos actually led us to the 51s, but what's crazy is we saw a comet, actually, little comet, kill her own little sea lion. It was pretty intense. She was
Okay, I have a question about that. What time of day was that? Like 12,
So
12,
she killed it towards
12:30.
the end of, where we had, well, luckily they kind of took us back towards Moss. So it was probably around, towards the end of 11 or 12-ish or so.
Because our Rizzos down in Carmel Bay at like 12 started freaking out.
They were chin slapping and breaching.
But then they all picked up speed and started rushing.
They didn't look sad.
Yeah.
But they also all picked up speed and started rushing into Carmel Bay.
We were off of Moss and then slowly getting closer and closer to Moss. So we were pretty far from you.
They could still hear it though.
I'll tell you what. I think they killed a couple sea lions, or they had like they must.
It
have
seemed like
had one,
everyone killed their own almost.
Yeah,
it
right
seemed like
when we
that
got
day.
their Comet like spy hops, like they were still kind of playing around,
yeah,
like they had
got
just
spy
eaten
hop.
something.
Yeah, they were great that day.
And then they all split up, and then Bumper got his own, and Bumper totally dragged the sea lion all the way back over to them.
Yeah.
And then you see Star like crossed over in front of us.
They
and went
split
over.
up a lot, and it was funny to see little Comet by herself, zigging zagging. When she finally got that one, we knew she actually got the kill because she had intestines draped over her back. Orion came and just like kind of snatched it from her, and then they were just like side by side. It was kind of neat.
It's funny. We saw a Comet do the same thing. She like went after something real quick and then kind of stopped.
Yeah, but I was telling our pastor, it's kind of neat since
it.
we see the 51 so much, and I've seen her since she was yellow. It's like literally watching your little girl grow up.
Yeah.
She made her own kill.
She's so little
Yeah.
still. I can't believe she's like basically 8 years old.
I mean, they
she's
eat
so
sea
tiny.
lions a lot.
Yeah.
so-
They do. The 51s in particular eat sea lions a lot.
And I don't think she's like learning anymore. I think she knows how to kill sea
Oh
lions.
yeah. I mean,
They just killed a gray whale.
yeah, they did. I
Which
saw
we were
that before I
talking
left.
About the day before you left, or that day.
That day. Yeah.
It's funny. We were talking about how they never really kill or gray whales that much, and
there they were.
And then the CA-51s by themselves, 4 whales killed a gray
Yeah,
whale.
that was so funny. Yeah, we were just talking
So
about it.
I checked in the morning whale watch, and were you on the boat, Eric, as naturalist? No, Britt was.
It was me, Britt, and
What were you doing?
The Carmel kill, I was actually on the other side of the bay.
You watched the aftermath later.
Yeah, I came home, was able to watch it
that was right next
So-
to
from the house. Yeah.
So I was going home to pack and get on the bus to go to the airport, and I saw Slater went live on Instagram, so I was like, I wonder what they're looking at out there. And I saw the killer whales killing a gray whale, and I looked in the background, I was like, they're in Carmel Bay.
Yep.
And so then I was like, you know what? Let me throw together a few things in case I get stranded down there for a couple hours. And then I checked your live stream again, and you were still live, so I just got in the car and drove down there. So I watched it from land on the scenic loop on that big bend.
Yeah.
Before the Carmel River State
Yeah,
Beach.
scenic.
And then I was standing there narrating for like all the looky-loos there on the corner for like 2 hours.
They stayed there. Slater eventually
I was gonna say
met
they
up with
start
me.
at
Yeah.
7 in the morning. That's when they drove them into the bay.
Yeah. So he got to see him literally from the boat and then on land, and we finally left because Slater got hungry.
No, it was Margot's birthday.
Oh yeah, it was Margot's
yeah.
birthday. It was like 6:30, almost
I was
7.
like,
Yeah.
what a great trip she had. Because then you guys also had really good humpback and dolphin activity on the boat.
We left, because they got pushed really far in.
They were way in there.
So then we left, and then it's funny because we were like, oh, there's some bird works, and then it was like, a humpback breached. And then we started going that way, and there was like 15 humpbacks popped up, thousands of dolphins, the flattest, most crystal clear blue water.
Blue, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course it was at the end of our trip, and I was like, no, and it was Margot's birthday. I was like, can I please go on another trip? And she's like, if you eat lunch with me, you could go again. And I was like, sweet.
Yeah, because I called. So I was texting you when the calf died, because it died after you guys left on the boat.
Yeah.
And
then they started breaching.
Yeah, I got a few really distant breach photos.
She posted them
from shore, and then I called JJ and was like, "Hey, just so you know, like the calf's dead. They're starting to eat. There are a few boats down there, but it's so far in there for the 3-hour trip in the afternoon. You're not going to get back there." And he's like, "It's okay, because I just found where we're going for the afternoon."
Yeah, mother love.
And he told me about it, and I was like, "Wow, way to rub it in, since I'm not on the boat."
How calm did it get in that bay though in the afternoon? Remember, it was like
it was great. It was beautiful.
The evening was so nice. They were just sitting directly in the middle of the bay. They would go down, feed, and then they'd come back up.
Yeah, beautiful backdrop. We had the Carmel River in the backdrop in Point Lobos. So yeah, they stayed there for quite a while. And it was pretty awesome.
And then next morning, Eric and I, which he was supposed to go check the bay in the morning, and he didn't
because he didn't have to, luckily.
And then we went on Kate's boat. And not even 10 minutes out of the harbor, Kate's like, look at those 2 humpbacks. And then like, wait a second, those are small blows too. 2 humpbacks, and then the CA-51s were headed right at us.
Yeah, they followed me to work. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Well, whale watching action's been great everywhere. I mean, down in SoCal, they've had some incredible blue whale stuff. Man, that
Still
lunge
going on,
feeding the
yeah.
other day.
yeah,
and
it's a
then-
sweet shot.
Good action in Monterey. Good action in Santa Barbara. And then over on the East Coast, whale watch season's really just starting to get going. And it sounds like they're all having great trips out of all the harbors in Massachusetts. So
Washington's still seeing gray whales and then transients.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to hear about L Pod going back there. When
that'll
they
be-
do. When
yeah,
they see
that'll
them
be
again.
interesting to see who checks
Yeah.
in.
And talking to our friends from up there, it was been a long span since they seen them, right? What was the
I think
last
they
day?
said January.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a long time. I was
Maybe you'll find out in a future episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll have some guests coming up here soon.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. More whale nerds. Honestly, though, after my trip to Massachusetts, I'm like, man, whale friends are the best. Like, Joanne kept me posted all week about the right whales, and I finally did get to see them because she told me exactly where they were. And I still, to this day, never met Joanne in person.
like, oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, one time she just put me and Jamie on her boat. She's like, oh, I'm not naturalist today, but just go down there and check in. It's all taken care of. And we went out with Hyannis like 2 years ago when I went down there. And then, and then this time I was like, oh, can you please at least like come to the beach and see the whales with us? Because like we still never met you. And she was like, I wish I could go, but like I know some other people that are down there. Maybe you'll run into them.
That's funny.
So yeah, whale people are pretty cool.
Yeah, we're pretty tight-knit field.
Yeah.
What else?
What else has happened?
What
Yeah.
other recent news have we got?
I mean,
going
we've
on?
just been seeing lots of whales here.
We have.
Lots of dolphins.
Yeah.
Dolphins have been
Miles
insane.
day trip.
Yeah.
We could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was crystal. I mean, how crazy was that water?
It was amazing.
Like 30, 40 feet down
Yeah.
easily. And there was
That's
all you
awesome.
could watch Northern Right Whale dolphins. All you could watch Pacific Whitesided dolphins. Bow riding together, rolling around, and then humpbacks everywhere. Every,
Friday
like,
was
quarter
pretty
mile.
clear south of Carmel.
yeah.
It's still clear right
It's
now.
still
Yeah.
clear.
It was clear today.
Yes, Slater.
Yeah.
In fact, your trip did pretty well. I have a list. It was humpbacks, white-sided, northern right whale dolphins, fur seal, tufted puffin, and salmon sharks, and the brownells.
Cool.
Oh, the brownells.
Oh, the brownells.
Oh yeah, like not just
Yeah.
one brownells, like 4,
Yeah.
like 3 for sure, like 3.
And bluefin tuna.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
So
Friday
your
we
trip
saw
went well.
tuna for like a hot second and then it was over.
and the weather was awesome the entire day.
Yeah.
Flat calm.
You got so lucky. Remember how much you were freaking out? Like, is it gonna be okay for my whole day trip?
Well, I knew the weather was looking good. All like since I was checking it 7 days out.
Yeah, but I mean, think about all winter when you're like, is it gonna be okay for my whole day trip?
Dude, I started the trip. I sold the trip out in February. I had from February to May to just have anxiety for the trip. But yeah, it turned out really good. We didn't see killer whales, but I wasn't really sad about it. What we had was absolutely incredible.
Epic.
Yeah, there were some people who really want to see, things that weren't from the area, and they got to experience that. So we're happy they got
We
to
checked off a lot of
experience
stuff
that. Yeah.
from some people's list. You may hear about it. I don't know. I don't know the future.
And the good thing is the stuff showed well too. It's like if you couldn't get a spectacular shot of a wide side or
I know you guys had
Northern
really
right whale
great
dolphin.
looks at brownells.
Yeah.
I've only seen them like once, and I've never gotten photos.
And
of
then the
them.
next day we sat him again.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
2
super
days later
cool.
we saw him.
you might need to tell
Super,
people
super
what
cool.
brownells are.
So they're like a color pattern that's like almost opposite of a normal white side. There's a lot more white over the eye, starting at the front of the snout, all the way up over the top of the eye, going
Just all
towards
the way
their back. Yeah.
Kate described it as almost like a white face mask.
Yeah, or like a racing
Yeah.
stripe
Yeah.
or something. And then on the side of their body where it's normally white, it's actually dark. So it's like almost opposite of their normal color.
Okay, yeah, it's just really gray and then yellow. It's kind of yellow.
The white stripe,
The stripe is
yeah.
it's kind of yellowish.
Yeah, I don't know if that's because they have diatoms on them or if that's like it sort of just looks that way or.
I looked closely at some just regular white sides, and if you zoom in your photos and just kind of mess with it a little, it does seem like white sides always have a little bit of diatoms.
I mean, they really
especially
do
around
prefer cold
I
water.
see it
Yeah.
on their face a little bit. or
exactly.
something.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
by their face. Yeah.
They really do prefer cold water, so that's not too unusual, I think.
Yeah. Another thing that me and Slater noticed, especially now that we're seeing so many, northern right dolphins and Pacific white-sided dolphins, they are so active over here. They're just flying out of the water.
Oh, the
backflips.
whitesides?
Yeah, the whitesides.
Yeah.
It's insane. Down in Southern California, it's like, oh, that's nice. They're just swimming around.
Yeah. The Atlantic white-sided dolphins did some good leaps too. We were always pretty distant when we would see them, but yeah, they would do repetitive leaps like the.
I don't know if we caught them the right
Pacific
time of year or what, because we saw a lot of baby dolphin making too. But
ones. Maybe.
yeah, they were just so
There was
active.
a lot of northern right whale dolphin calves, and they all had fetal
Oh,
folds.
fun! So
Like,
they're
they
all
look
new
like-
babies.
Like a what?
yeah,
Like
they-
a zebra. They all had lines on them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They really are my favorite. Northern
Northern-
right whale dolphins.
I really want to see southern right whale dolphins, so then I can claim they're my favorite.
We can make a Whalenerds trip.
I just was looking at. Wasn't I showing you photos of them today?
Yeah, he was showing them all day today. I was like, they just got a little bit more white. But...
A lot more. It's like exactly half their body is white.
Yeah.
Yeah, they almost look like penguins. If you see those profile
Yeah,
pictures,
that's
like,
true.
penguin
They
or is
do
that-"
look like penguins.
They're awesome.
It's just amazing. Like, you look at a northern right whale dolphin, no dorsal fin. You're looking at them like, how do you work? You know?
Yeah, like, do they just like constantly do like 360
Sea
rolls
lions-
while they're
sea lions
underwater?
work.
Yeah. And their dorsal fins
Yeah,
are.
but sea lions have flippers.
Yeah, but these are pec fins.
And then the flukes to our little northern right, they don't match the
Itty
proportions.
bitty
They're so
little
tiny.
flukes.
It's like, how do you
Teeny
work?
Tiny little tails.
They're awesome.
They are really cool. I like them.
I wonder what the whitesides think. Oh, so we had a what day was that? Where we had Friday, with the big pot of Rizzos.
Yeah.
Okay, all of them were breaching, but if you looked, so right when I was in the bow, and we saw a Rizzo up at like 1 o'clock, and a whiteside left our bow, went over to it, and the thing did a little chin slap right next to it. So
Oh, really?
I
So
think,
they're probably like, shoe fly, don't
and
bother
every
me.
time you saw a chin slap, you'd see a whiteside come zooming by next to it out in the distance. So I think the whitesides and the Rizzos were actually like kind of playing somewhat,
Really?
or just messing with each other. Yeah,
Interesting.
And the Rizzos were doing it nonstop, like every so often, pretty
Yeah, it was like
consistently.
popcorn.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a
That was
really
good
good
trip.
playful
Good Rizzo's encounter.
Rizzos. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like that all the way from Point Pinos down to Cypress Point, where we picked them up again on our way home.
Yep.
Which is pretty awesome. And it was really
Interessante.
calm and it was warm. It was nice. It was a nice day on the bay.
What else do we have coming up? Are you guys going anywhere?
Nothing planned. It's so busy here. We're gonna stay here and
Yeah.
show off our whales, make some money.
Yeah.
We had a slow winter. Not slow, but as in just weather was just.
Yeah. Tough weather all winter. Got to recover some dollars. Did we talk about we talked about the beluga whale news? Well, there was
No.
another
Another
clip.
update, yeah.
Okay.
Not only the harness one,
the cell
phone.
phone.
the cell phone one.
And then something else now.
what?
So the after that thing about the cell phone up, well, I've been checking that. I was looking at it last night at the park, and first off, the thing's been hanging out every day,
Yeah, because it's
And-
really friendly with humans.
and they tried feeding it like fresh cod, like really fresh fish.
They know where it's
and
from
it,
now.
It didn't take it, I guess. So they think that it might be feeding, like they think that
It might be finding food on its
Yeah,
own.
they think that it might be finding food on its own.
Wait, so
And
is the
now-
one with the harness the same one that brought
Yeah.
the cell phone
Yeah.
back?
in Hammerfest? Yeah.
Oh my god.
And another thing is, they think that they just recognize it from a photo from a captivity 8
Some
years
type of
ago.
facility, yeah.
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 How do you ID a beluga whale?
The
The
smile.
shade of white. The shade of white. I don't know.
But that changes as they're out in the ocean, you know.
Oh, I'm
their
sure they
skin
got
sloughs
nicks and
off,
stuff,
they
yeah.
got
Probably just
eye
ask for
bones.
its ID. I don't know.
Well, that one, dude, you could just ask him and bring a wallet up.
Yeah, that was. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, there was a clip of
Beluga Hammerfest.
a beluga whale like with a cell phone in its mouth underwater, looking at a boat full of people, and it just like slowly ascends and like comes and spy hops basically with the cell phone in its mouth, and the lady grabs the phone. And the beluga lets it go and like
Yeah,
lets her
supposedly-
have her phone
supposedly, yeah,
back.
she dropped her phone.
You
yeah.
can tell this whale has been trained.
Yeah.
Like it's very people friendly.
Yeah, so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and another thing I think that we have brought up when we first talked about the harness thing, and people are like, "Oh my God, it's spy tech." Our own Navy in the U.S. has dolphins and sea lions as part of its training program, so they have military trained cetaceans and other marine mammals. They're trained to like detect like bombs underwater. They can put anklets on divers to track them. They can do a couple of different things. The bottlenose were used in vaquita CPR, Operation CPR, to locate the vaquitas to hopefully live capture them. So, yeah.
They never captured any though.
They found two. One
did.
died
But
from
did they
stress,
capture it?
and then
Oh,
the
yeah.
other one they let go. Yeah.
Because they didn't want it to die.
Yeah.
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 But then it
Which probably died
ended up
anyways.
passing
It might
anyway.
have, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're
That's
pretty
a
much
tough one.
out for the count.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's rumors that it's single digits now.
Yeah.
We're talking like 6 maybe.
So that's a cetacean that's going to go extinct in our...
In our lifetime. The Baiji and now the Vaquita.
I was talking to someone, I don't think they hope, well, obviously they hope not, but the southern resident killer whales, I don't think they'll go extinct, at least in our lifetime.
I hope not.
They need to do
I
something
hope we can get
fast.
something done.
They need to do, like, it's just like the vaquita, you know, you got to get everyone's attention before there's just only 12 animals left.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a lot of great accounts out there that are trying.
Yeah.
So, upcoming as far as events, if you live in the Monterey area, ACS is at the end of the month. Last Thursday of the month on the 30th. And
Who's
then Chase Decker.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
He's
he'll
got
be-
amazing photos.
Yeah, he'll be talking about, I think mostly humpback whales, but I think kind of just whatever.
Dang, that's cool.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Otherwise, World Oceans Day is June 8th. Are we going to do something fun?
June 8th?
Yeah. No?
I won't be here.
June 8th.
You better be doing something ocean related.
Yeah, June 8th is my workshop.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so
There
I'll
you
be
go.
doing something. I'll be going whale watching.
Yeah, there you go. Go with Slater to his workshop.
Yeah.
But back to that ACS meeting, I think we always push that a lot. It's a good learning opportunity for
Yeah.
a lot of people
Yeah, and
new to the field. Or,
If you're not in the Monterey area, most chapters have a monthly meeting, and it's usually towards the end of the month. So find out in your area
Yeah.
and see if you can go.
actually, I've met a few listeners who've attended those, so good job, everyone.
Yeah, usually San Francisco's is like the Tuesday, the same week as ours. And then down in SoCal, I don't really know what their schedule is.
Yeah, not sure their schedule, but ACS Orange County and ACS LA all have many members, really, 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 really good talks and completely free, open to the general public.
So we went in the past to your trip, and then now we're I'm going to jump all the way to the future, but then we're going to go back another episode.
The future.
But in the future, just letting you know, Adam saw killer whales in Santa Barbara today.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he said, "Can you let the world know I saw killer whales?" So in the future, Adam saw.
Hot off the presses, Adam saw killer whales. It was Emma's group, right? You were showing me the photos earlier.
It's Emma's
Daughter.
daughter. Emma's not there.
Emma's daughter and grandkids.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. They had friendly whales in Santa Barbara, didn't they? I saw a video from the other
Oh
day.
yeah, humpbacks.
Yeah.
Friendly
Cool.
humpback whales.
Adam's getting some
haven't had-
amazing sightings there.
Yeah, we haven't had any friendly humpbacks yet.
Somebody
Yeah.
just send me a basking shark. If I
I
could
want
see
a
a
basking
basking
shark, yeah.
I would not care if we saw
Caitlin's
friendly
asking
whales.
for a lot in 2008.
I know.
You know what? I got what I've asked for so far, though. Those were what I told you. What were the 3 things I wanted to see when I went out there?
You need to
Atlantic
share.
white-sided dolphins, lunge feeding Sei whales, and North Atlantic right whales, and I got
Please
to see
share.
them all.
Dude, did you guys see the video of the basking sharks in Scotland that just showed up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it, but I know they have them there regularly.
Yeah, they got some pretty amazing, consistent sightings there. They got a snorkeling program there, too.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
know you could. I know people kayak with them. I didn't know you could snorkel with
I
them.
kind of want to do that.
That could be another Whalenerds trip.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Hopefully they're still there when we get there.
We have to go the right time of year.
I'm hungry.
So random.
I think that means we've got to get ready to wrap up the episode.
So are our
Slater's
humpbacks.
hungry.
We finally got lot of good lunging today.
Yeah, they're hungry as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you had good lunch feeding today.
Yeah, we did.
With sea lions. It's pretty much
Nice.
summertime.
Once you find the bait ball, it's easy
Well, duh.
to keep track of where they're gonna eat next. They were woofing down those anchovies.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
were you guys today? Out southwest of the point?
Out of
Yeah.
off Cyprus somewhere or
Yeah.
something straight
Yeah.
off.
Everything's
the
been
bay.
pretty much outside in that little this little strip.
It's kind of normal this time of year. We'll see if it funnels into the canyon or not. Some years it just stays out on the edge out there all year.
Yeah, we started off with scattered out Pacific white-sided dolphins and northern right-whale dolphins.
Yep.
And then there was humpbacks there as well. And then we went out and saw the lunge feeders.
Yeah, had them all to
Cool.
ourselves.
Yeah, no one
Super
came out there,
cool.
so that was nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
It is nice when you don't have to share. We're so spoiled in Monterey.
Very spoiled.
Well, I think that's it. It's a shorter episode, but
For this time.
yeah, but we have some other episodes coming up,
Yes.
and they're exciting.
Oh
yes, yes.
All right, you guys. Make sure, if you don't already, to follow us on Instagram at Whalenerds.
Yes, please.
Leave us comments or concerns.
Questions.
Maybe just DM us the concerns.
Yeah.
That way Slater can read them.
Yeah. And thanks for listening, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this podcast and hearing about Katlyn's experience over on the East Coast.
Yeah, let me know if you want more info about going out over there. I'm happy to share it with you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thank you, guys.